everyone, and welcome back to Harvest Moon Wonderful Life Special Edition. This is Showboat, and today you may notice that we've got a number of, gaps in our inventory. That is because off-screen, you'll also notice it's 11:30 p.m. Off-screen, I made a ton of sashimi. The game didn't actually crash a single time. I am extremely excited about that. I'm very happy that we didn't manage to crash the game, making all of the sashimi from all of the fish that are worth less than 150 gold. So the huge hutchip, worth more than 150, not certain exactly how much. The huge Niamame, I think it's worth 200. The Yamame is worth 500 apiece. And then huge Colombo is worth exactly 150 apiece, so I didn't bother converting that, but I converted everything else. Every single other fish. Granted, we are going to go fishing today, but and I will have to convert those fish that we catch from today, but yeah, we're set for when Van arrives tomorrow. Well, in the next video, not this one, because today we are taking on the 6th day of winter. I have already saved, so we are going to rest, see what time we actually wake up. We won't have to worry about milking any cows today, which is glorious. It's 7 in the morning. Wonderful. We're not growing anything right now, so, well, besides trees that are very badly placed. In fact, I'm likely just going to get rid of them sooner rather than later. We should notice that our cow is gone. Hello, Star. Star already ate, but we're gonna pull out these. Give it the things. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? There's the thing. Beautiful. Glorious. Give me your baby so you can start making precious fluids. And I will totally save scum to actually get a female star cow out of this whole situation. I'm not going to have a bull sit around, although it would be nice just to not have to deal with saves coming all the time if we do get a star cow bull out of this situation. I'm pretty sure that where am I going? I'm pretty sure that the game does not take into account familial relationships when it comes to the cows. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't take that into account. I could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. So, yeah. Also, I feel like I'm going to sneeze at some point quite soon. Yeah, that's a thing that might happen at some point very soon. But anyway, so today, mainly fishing, but I do have, at the very least, a few things that I need to grab beforehand. That includes this sorrel, which I will eat, and this upseed that I shall pick for myself. Glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Now, there is a fish type. We've basically seen every fish type save for one when we've been fishing, and that is the Arna. If I am not completely mistaken, I think that the Arna actually appears in the pond during winter. The pond being over here. I know that there is something about the pond in winter, and I think it's what has the Arna. I'm not exactly certain, but hey, we're going to fish anyway in the pond today, and we'll see if we catch anything particularly interesting. Remember that no matter what we catch, as long as we catch something, we've made a minimum of 150 gold if we convert it into sashimi. And of course, if the fish is valued higher, then we of course make that higher amount without having to convert it. So, since we're here having this nice exhilarating day of fishing for the third day in a row. Just a different location, just fishing simulator. 2015 right now. Let's talk about how my day has been, shall we? We'll have vlog time. So of course today being the 29th of October, a Thursday. Let's see, what did I do yesterday? Well, yesterday was a Wednesday. I had a rather exhausting day. I was finishing off the grading of those quizzes that we had a discussion about in the last video. We managed to finish them off, and then I had a class, just a standard lecture. I didn't have to stay late for my evening lecture, the 4 to 5:15 class, because the professor had to cancel. He was working on some time-sensitive stuff that he needed to finish. Wow, 2 in a row I missed? Jeez. Yeah, so the class was canceled, so I managed to get back a little bit earlier. The problem was, it seems that, I've overdone it a bit this week in terms of doing stuff, working and all that. And I had to take a nap last night. It was like 6 o'clock, and my body just shut down. Like right after I ate, my body just shut down completely, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I slept for like an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. Oh, actually, probably a little bit over an hour. It was near enough 8 o'clock by the time I got up again. It was 6:30, I think, when I went to take my nap, and then it was like 8 o'clock when I got up again. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Nope, that was not the case at all, because as it turns out, I managed to sleep. I either slept completely through my alarm, or the alarm didn't go off at all, which has never happened to me before. In either circumstance, so I didn't actually make it to my lecture duty, my TA work. I didn't make it to the lecture this morning. The lecture was at 8. I was supposed to get up at 6. I woke up at 8:15. That's when I regained consciousness. And yeah, I did not at all think that would be a thing that would happen to me today, this morning, last night, whatever. So yeah, I woke up. I was still tired when I woke up. Like when I got up and I saw it was 8:15, I was like, oh crap. That shouldn't have been a thing. essentially, as far as I'm concerned, my alarm, it was set for 6 a.m. and the like switch was on to turn the radio on, and it didn't go off. The volume on it is pretty loud. I would have woken up to it, and it just didn't go off. I don't know if there was like some sort of a power outage or something. It wasn't raining or anything, so, and the thing doesn't have that long of a battery on it, so it would have been flashing. Is this the thing? Oh, it's a tiny Yamame. Okay, so that's going to be worth a fair bit of money. So yeah, that was my morning this morning, and because I have to take the bus to get over to the campus, I just didn't attend the lecture to do my job. I couldn't do it. Physically was unable to be there. So then I ended up getting there this morning onto campus, and I was working on my research, because that was supposed to be the rest of my day until an advisor meeting at 3:00 in the afternoon. So I was there, and now my advisor comes into the lab while I'm in there, and he actually has a lab class that he does in there while I'm also in there. It's a trace fossil lab. I think I've talked about this before, and they had a quiz today, and towards the end of that class, which ends at like 2, it was like 1:30, he was like, you know what, maybe we should cancel our meeting today, and we'll just meet next week, because I've got to get ready for a GSA presentation, because he leaves for this conference called this GSA conference on Saturday. On Halloween he leaves, so he has to prepare his poster and get it printed before he leaves on Saturday. So it's very, very last minute. So it's like, okay, we'll meet next week. So in the end, even though I was doing research work, my day today felt just a little bit wasted. I mean, I got to come back earlier than usual. I feel completely out of energy. Yeah, that's how I'll word it. I am drained. That's the word I was looking for. I am drained from this week. And next week it's going to be exactly the same, except longer, because they actually have a test that they're taking in Bio 150, and they're doing this quiz that they took essentially again, and it's going to be harder this time. Oh, that's the other thing. I actually wrote up a Word document, like a basic outline of all of the common misconceptions that the class had, at the request of the instructor, of course, so that he knows what the misconceptions were on their little quiz on protein trafficking, trying to get proteins to a cell membrane. And it was a bit snarky, I have to say, because some of these concepts, it's like, how the hell did you think this? People thinking that mRNA, that proteins are made out of mRNA, that was something that existed. No, they're not made out of mRNA. They are made out of amino acids. mRNA is what is involved in coding for those amino acids in the process known as translation. But yeah, I mean, right now, just on my own, talking off the top of my head, I could actually go through the entire process of manufacturing a protein and having it sent in a cell from where it's synthesized to where it ends up in a cellular membrane or excreted from the cell. It's like I could just talk and describe it right here, and the kids in the class, they had to draw it, of course, and you'll remember that I had said that the professor had literally drawn out the entire. It's a rather simple process when you're really thinking about it. It's a pretty simple thing to remember, especially when he drew the frickin' thing on the overheads. Well, overhead on the projectors, these gigantic projectors. He literally drew the thing right before they took their quiz. So, yeah. So many people didn't actually read the question at all. It's like they didn't actually read the question. It specifically told them to draw. There were people who didn't even draw. I mean, we can't give them points if they didn't draw. It's like, oh, and then there was cheating. There was cheating too. It was fairly obvious that people were cheating. I thought we were going to get a scene for selling our cow. I guess not. I want my money though. Maybe I'll get a note being like, "What the hell, dude? Why are you selling your animals?" Do I have a rather angry note? Here are your profits. Okay. Well, fine. Those are my profits. I was about to say that loading screen was just a slight split second too long. That was like, oh god, my heart skipped a beat. It's like, did this just crash on me? No. Thank goodness. So yeah, as for what I did for my lab work today, I took a few pictures, I processed them, made them grayscale, and made them smaller, and did a few adjustments on figures that I had made on Monday, and then I spent some time trying to actually put names to the traces that I have, specifically the bird tracks, and this involved finding papers. So Google Scholar found me a paper that, and I was on the university campus. So the way that it works on campus is that if the university has a subscription to a journal, like an e-journal, you can just get the PDFs. Like you can just do a Google search from the campus internet and click a link to the publisher website, and you can just download the paper. But if they don't have access, well, that's another story entirely. So sure enough, a paper that I really need, because it actually has one of the slabs that I'm using. Well, it has the original of one of the slabs that I have. I have a plaster cast of a slab that has been researched pretty heavily, and this paper has it in it. and talks about it actually puts a name to those traces. So it's like, oh, I should have this paper because it puts a name to this trace. So, yeah. Thing is, it's from a journal that the university has a subscription to, but it's from 1995, and the university's subscription covers from 1997. Oops. So, can't get it online legally. However, the university libraries has it in print. They have this journal in print from 1990 onwards. So, I had to do things ye old-fashioned way today. Thankfully, my mother's a librarian. So I'm like a university librarian, so I know how to go through this process of finding call numbers and such. So I basically found it on the online catalog, the journal, and, well, under the periodicals. So got the call number that I needed for this specific year, essentially, the specific volume, because essentially the way it works is that there's great big books that have multiple volumes of these journals, and they just come in these giant books that are hardbound, and they just have like 6 of them that cover a wide range of years. It covers everything that journal had over the course of several years. So I just needed to find the one that had the volume and issue that I was looking for. And that was easy enough. I just walked over to the library, which was less than 5 minutes away. Well, far less than 5 minutes away. It's like literally 2 buildings away. Went to the section that the call number said it was in and got it and scanned it. Because the university has this nice, actually it's extremely nice document scanner. You just put the book down and you hit scan, and it puts it up on a screen what it just scanned, and then you turn the page, hit scan again, and it'll put it next on a PDF, and you just scan the pages that you need, and when you're done, you can just stick a USB in, and it'll just save it on your USB. It's cool. So, that was my time today, my little adventure. It's a darn good thing I know how to do that sort of thing. That's very old-fashioned these days, but yeah, still a thing that you have to do occasionally, especially when you're doing research. So, that is the end of the day already. Yeah, so not much else to really say. I mean, I got my copy of my normal copy of Kill la Kill Volume 1 today. So, that was aight. Of course, I'm going to be getting a hardbound gold foil copy in November, but whatever. So yeah, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Showboat, and I will see you all next time, where we will have Van arriving. It will be the 7th of winter. We're already approaching the end of the year and the impending marriage with Lumina. So yeah, I will see you all then, and off screen, of course, I will convert these fish that we caught today into sashimi. So I will see you all then.